Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Episode 2. Make an orbit. That's what we're going to do today. Alright? We are making a daggum orbit. Does Kerban have a black market? We'll worry about that later. But for right now, we're going for an orbit. So, with that being said, I think the first thing we need to do is get us some to science. Because we need some to science. Because to science is to good stuff. I've been following, as I said in the last video, I've been following a lot of Mike Aben's stuff. But I really kind of want to just go my own way on this one. We are going to go ahead and try to get stability. I mean, come on, we can afford it, right? The Reliant, I don't think that's one we're going to use. But I know the Terrier. The Terrier is going to be the engine that's going to get us into orbit. Or that's going to keep us in orbit. That's going to create our orbit. Alright, so we're going to get that one. Aviation, I think we're going to talk about that one in the next video. Ooh, the skipper, I want all of it. Crew cabins, struts. These are all good things to have. T18 decoupler, but I think those are smaller, but you know, the Rockomax branded adapters certainly help to overcome that. Flight control. I think we're going to be needing any of those. Science, at this point, I want to train up my pilots. Like, how is this considered survivability? I mean, for one, you know, probodobidine, stay putnik. Got it. Mark. See. We'll get it, but I don't really want to use it yet. I think, you know, just, you know, in keeping with tradition, I think a lot of our, you know, stuff going on to other surfaces, to other celestial bodies. I think that's what the word is. I am so confused right now. Got it. So, okay then. So this is the craft that I was working on when I was following Mike Aben's tutorial. Link in the description of episode 1. Um, Now I'm not very good at how do I word this? I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Orbital insertion. Okay? Orbital insertion I struggle with. This dude wants to be a pasta. Yeah, I'm gonna be the realest pastor you've ever met. But that's neither here nor there at this point. Okay, so what we're working with is obviously we've got our crew, our Mark 1 command pod, and then we've got a heat shield. We've got a decoupler because this is the only thing coming home. These two science juniors, they're gonna go bye-bye. They're expensive. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can bring him home. It depends on how bad the drag is. So we're gonna starting from the bottom up. These two RT-10 hammers, these are gonna get us to our initial liftoff, right? They're in a completely separate stage from our swivel engine. Why the swivel engine? It's not as good, but it's got gimbling capabilities, which we are going to use for our gravity turn. We're going to try to be at about a 45-degree angle on this 90 eastward slope, right? Here's north, east, south, west, right? Looking at a compass. And I can't stress this enough. When you're doing your launch and whatnot, I should put my camera over there because I keep wanting to look over there where I've got the other screen set up. Um, Pay more attention to your gravity ball and especially this maneuver mode down here. All right, your apoaxis and your periaps. I needed to do a thing. Excuse me. Space Center? Is that what I need? I'm about to launch a Kerbal into orbit, and I'm not even going to get the freaking mission for it. Active. We're going to worry about these conduct focus um, temperature stuff. Test it while splashed down. A lot of these don't make sense. They just don't. I find them really hard to do. Right? Booster while orbiting Kerban. How am I going to get the booster up there? Anyway, okay. Now we have the contract. Alright, so these boosters are going to get us our initial thrust off the ground. When their fuel runs out, this radial decoupler here is going to release those and kick off this swivel engine at the same time. We will be, once our projected apoapsis reaches 70 kilometers, or about 75-80 kilometers, we are going to cut the engine and we're going to coast until we hit 70,000 meters, at which point we are going to do a complete horizontal burn in order to extend this periapsis to an even number somewhere above anywhere above 70. I really hope this isn't until you're in a stable orbit to achieve. Okay, it's going to be pretty easy. So SAS on, throttle up, because even though we're not using these, even though this engine isn't going to ignite yet, when these let go, when we stage, we want this engine to ignite. So let's go in 3, 2, gotcha. All right, once we hit about 10,000, that's when we're going to start our gravity burn. $1,000. I love this. All right, we want to be at a 45-degree angle by the time, and that's going to be this number right here, right between 45 and 50. Whoa, 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 don't freaking do that. Why does that keep happening? I know why it does, but you know what, it's okay. We recovered. We recovered. I think our I think we had too much oomph in the radial boosters. All right, our apoapsis is looking at about a 25K. 30. 40. 50. 60. And we're going to kill it here. And now we're just going to let our rocket coast. So long as this number keeps climbing. And I don't want to see this number climbing too much. But it is starting to go down. But that's okay, you know, because truly we want our apoapsis at around 70 anyway. So I'm really not overly concerned about the fact that the numbers are dropping a little bit. That's why I went above 70 to kind of give us that room to play with. And as you can see, our distance is still climbing. Gonna go ahead, we're gonna grab some science. Got 45, close these doors, and then once we hit space again, okay, we're gonna get ready to start our we're going to go ahead and get ready to begin our orbital insertion, and we're gonna do that now. Right, I'm gonna go just below the horizon a little bit to keep our apoapsis from climbing too much. Right, we can see how fast these numbers are dropping. We're waiting for them to hit positive. As long as our prograde marker is still above this horizon, we should be good. I'm gonna try to get this into a nice circular orbit. Okay. Gonna bring this back more gravity-wise. Alright. We're getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. And we now have positive. Okay. It's not the most beautiful orbit. We're looking at about 120 by 75. If we want to, you know, lessen that a little bit, we can point our rocket towards prograde, since we are at the lowest point of our orbit, roughly. And we can, oh, okay. Maybe what we need to do is consider going ahead and just bringing Valentina home, because I mean, that is still quite a bit of fuel, so let's see what happens here. Alright, that's good enough. I don't want to burn a whole lot of fuel and end up having to do a rescue mission. So, we don't have our nodes yet, because we haven't gotten that far in there. We haven't advanced that far in the tracking station. So, why the east? Because the planet Kerban spins at about 175 meters per second in a eastward direction, right? So if we're facing north, think, right? So if we're facing, whoops. So if we bring ourselves north. These are also stop it. So if we bring ourselves northward, right? So this is north, right? And Kerban is spinning. Just stay stable. Okay, I don't want you locked to any specific marker, right? So we have north right here, right? So our rocket is pointed up-ish. Okay, right? And we can see the direction that the planet is moving in. So if we go okay, hold up. Something here is not making very much sense to me. Right? Because we have our rocket pointed. What's our direction of travel? So, I mean, even pointing to the east, I don't know why. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. But our direction of travel is still following um, the because we're being pulled to the center of gravity. Except when we're in an orbit, we're falling with style and missing. So once we reach the highest point, which is about right here, I think we can go ahead and we can start burning retrograde. And we can now bring our periapsis down. Okay, that'll be good, and that'll bring us in for a nice orbital. And that's going to bring us in for a nice insertion. So, while we're up here, right, we're going to do a crew report. That's 10 science. We're going to have little Miss Valentina here do a EVA report worth 16 science. She is going to collect that data and okay, and she can't do anything with that one, which must mean that she hasn't done anything with it yet. So now she's going to take all that data and store it, and then why is this not working for me? Hello, where's the doors? Does she need to maybe? Well, it's just glitching out or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So at this point, let's just have a look around, huh? Like, whoa. Like, I'm going to turn SAS back on. And we're going to turn on some lights. Right? This a little, and this is what I do like about Kerbal Space over over Kerbal Space 2 because they haven't implemented this feature yet. We are going to get ready to start our pro. We are going to base prograde so that way when we begin our which is going to be a while. She's going to be up here for a minute. See, the altitude is dropping. So between 25 and what was it? I think they said between 25 and 30 will give you a good atmospheric reinsertion. And actually, it looks like we might just be coming down somewhere close to the space center. So that's fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to time warp. Okay. No. Are we out of monopropellant? No, we're not even close. Once we start hitting about 40, let's see here. Yes. Okay. East. We are going east. We are going to face retrograde. And I hate to say it, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to decouple that. And we're going to make sure that our butt and our heat shield is pointed into the atmosphere. Because here we go, y'all. And doing a long burn instead of just, you know, going for a prograde until, which that definitely dropped our apoapsis some. So it looks like we're going to have a water landing. Doing it this way. Where is our craft? Right. It allows us to glide through the superior part of the atmosphere as we come in, which reduces heat because just like trying to come like straight down would make the craft super hot. It's science-y. Don't ask me stuff. I just do as I am instructed. So where is this set to go? We're going to come in on the water. Look at that. Nice, pretty glow, huh? I can't tell if she's having fun or not. Should we have her do an EVA right now? Alright, 25. Should start slowing this down. Alright, there we go. We have achieved orbit. And we're coming back. 13 kilometers above Kerban. Speed this up just a little bit. We are going to go ahead and just stage our chute automatically. And there we go. She opens up. And down we plummet at a leisurely 6 meters per second. Buddy, leave it. And there we go. Now we're going to recover the vessel and see what we have gleaned from it. See, we are in 91 science, 16 from the EVA, just above Kerban's water, material study from Kerban's atmosphere, crew report in space near Kerban, and recovery of a vessel return from Kerban orbit. So we've earned ourselves quite a bit of science. And Valentina is now a level 1 pilot. So cheers for her. In the next episode, we're going to attempt to build a space plane. Uh-oh. So while they're all celebrating, we're going to go ahead. We're going to leave this episode here. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. Like, subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on Facebook, and I will and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. The next video will probably be another medieval dynasty in the Oxbow. I'm gonna shoot that here pretty quick. So again, thank y'all so much for watching. Scarecrow out.